I feel it would be helpful to start a series talking about some of my life experiences that have led me to this point. The first one that I've written down on my list is to rant about my car. I was given my first car. I've had 2 cars my whole life. My first car was given in high school by my dad's side of the family. I was really excited. It got a lot of mileage. It had a bunch of problems, and I tried to learn how to fix it. Like, it overheated easily, so I learned that you could turn your air conditioning on in that car. It would suck some of the heat out. So if I left the air conditioning on and the windows down, the overheating wouldn't be an issue. My second car was even better. It was like a hatchback. I was going to conventions at the time, so I was able to be the car for the convention because everybody could fit their cosplay gear. It was just so wonderful. But that car developed an oil problem. And from high school to, I guess I'd say 10 years later. No. 7 years later? 6 years later. Something like that. I've had cars for 6 years of my life. 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, I guess 7 years of my life I had cars. During that time, me and my dad had developed this problem of he kept trying to teach me how to fix the car, and it didn't go well. He would just demand that I paid attention the entire time, and if you have ADHD, you know that you don't want to sit there and watch someone undo 5 screws. You're going to go into your phone and do something to like distract yourself because you're like, oh, we're at the screw stage of the process. But then Dad would say something, and then I would be in my phone, and instead of getting my attention and then saying what needed to be said about doing the car stuff, we'd get in an argument. We'd be in an argument for like an hour about how I was in my phone and I just need to focus. I just need to stay on task, and it will work out. I will actually learn if I just stop going in my phone. And when I do that, I still space out, and he just still gets angry. So when my last car started getting oil problems, I didn't know how to handle it. I'd changed oil on like 1 car before, like actually getting under the car and opening up the oil thing and letting it leak out and then refill it again. I've only done that once before. And also, before I continue, another problem that had built up was that every time we would go to the mechanics, Dad would also be trying to teach me how to talk to mechanics. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, I'm a femme presenting autistic, and so like, not even femme presenting, I'm gender neutral, but they see my tits and they say, oh, a woman, they must not know anything about fucking cars. So I'll just do everything I can to put more money on your bill. And so I was just like, Dad, I'm so sick of doing this. It's been 7 years of doing this, and it has not improved. Every time we go to the car dealer, every time we go to the mechanic together, we get in a huge fight. It's a big deal, and we make an embarrassment of ourselves in public. Could you, as the person who knows about cars, just fucking do this? We are supposed to be a family unit. I know you're not always going to be there, but I'm not gonna be without family. I have family, and I will continue to have family. So it's not like I have to know about cars. And now I definitely don't, because I just straight up don't have a car, because I didn't know what I was doing with the oil. Dad refused to go to the place without me, and I have other shit to do. I was trying to make money. They were stressing about me not having a job at the time, and I'm like, I have so many more important things to do than babysit you through this process of getting my car fixed. You're not gonna teach me anything. I'm not gonna learn anything. Just be a fucking team player for once in your goddamn life and take my car to the place to be fixed without me holding your hand the whole time. But he couldn't. And then I had a friend who was stranded in a city, and it wasn't an emergency as far as their relatives were concerned, so they weren't going to help them. So like, I come and get them. We get like barely out of the city. We get to like the next town over, and my car breaks down because I didn't know what I was fucking doing with the oil. I didn't realize how bad the problem was. I didn't know what the problem was. I didn't know how often I needed to be checking my oil. I know I should have checked it every time, but I'm ADHD and fucking dumb, so like I'm not gonna remember every time to check my oil. This wouldn't have been a problem if it had just been fixed. This problem was going on for a while, and we had had arguments about it. But so this person Luckily, us being stranded somewhere with my broken down car was qualifying enough as an emergency for their relatives to step in and actually help us because someone else was in danger, essentially. So yeah, that's how my car broke down. It broke down cities away from here, and oh my god. The officer that showed up when we called, like, the assistance number that we could find for the area was just pressuring us over and over again, like, well, yeah, I can call a tow service for you, but I can't stand here forever, so I'm gonna need you guys to make a fucking choice. And he wouldn't give us the number or something. He was gonna just sit there as a person with a gun, just being like, you guys are taking too long, you guys are taking too long. And I'm, meanwhile, freaking the fuck out because my car is broken down, and so I'm pressured into, okay, call the tow service. And now I owe a tow service money. And I don't know what to fucking say. And I say some stupid shit. And I don't even remember what I said. But that bastard, like, kept all the money that they sold my vehicle for. And that was my payment to them for the tow service. The entirety of the value of my vehicle, they kept it. I got nothing from the scrap money from that, because I called an assistance service and it was a cop, and he said, fuck you, call a tow service or GTFO. You have no time to think about this. So yeah, I'll just probably never have a car again. It's nice not having to pay insurance money, but it's been so inconvenient not having a car. I really do challenge anyone with a car to live their life for just a week, not even a month, just a week, even a day, even just a day or two. Live your life without a car. Live your life without a car. I dare you. I dare you to see how long it takes you to walk places, how exhausting that is, and now imagine someone like me with bad knees and dietary complications and mental health issues, and just imagine someone having to walk everywhere, no matter what problem it was. There were so many problems in my life that were just so much easily taken care of because I had a car. And now, because I don't, it's a fucking nightmare. Like when we were evicted, someone who had a car had to show up and help us go somewhere. We could have just left. We could have just been using my car to take our stuff places and us places, but instead we had to just sleep in the parking lot out in the open with someone keeping watch, because we didn't have a car to be parked in to be safe. There are just so many reasons having a car is so crucial, especially in a city like Memphis, where the public transit is just garbage. I've used it like twice, and it's a nightmare. It's awful. The bus transition spots don't always even have benches. The benches that do exist don't have overhead things a lot of the time, because they don't want homeless people sleeping in a dry place. They don't want a dry place for homeless people to loiter, so they're just like, if it's raining and you need the bus, fuck you, we're trying to fuck the homeless and we don't care about you. So I think people really don't understand just how crucial it is to have a car. They tell homeless people get a fucking job, and it's like, okay, let me just walk from the homeless shelter every morning to the one place that will hire a smelly person like me. Please think about your privileges. Your car, no matter if you earned it or not, is a privilege that you're riding off of. Like, if you were to lose that thing, you would fall. You would fall in your ability to provide for yourself and your family. I think if a person now who has just one car in the family lost that car, I really do not think they'd be able to get one back. I feel like it's a very rare family that, like, has only money for one car, and that car dies, and they're just okay.